Welcome back, guys. It's Neo here. We're about to start another episode of the Stories, the Path of Destinies playthrough, so let's do it. It goes from like entering the story to just loading screen. So if I sniffle a little bit, I apologize. Again, I got some allergies. I took some nose spray, so hopefully that'll clear things up. I might have to take some more later on, though. I don't really know. Come on, you can do it. Come on. Come on. La, 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 la. Saving. Load. Good job.
Renato picked himself off the deck. They were alive.
We have to get to my private ship, she said. Do you trust me?
I guess I must, he said.
You go on ahead. Clear the path, she said. I can't kill my own soldiers.
He wanted to say that he didn't trust her, that he had no idea what he was getting into. But he had no choice, did he? He was following his heart. That's what it means to be a hero. You had to follow your heart.
Always and forever. That ship down there. Check that out. Looks like the pages of a book. It looks like Treasure Planet.
Renato felt like he was ready to learn new things. Thank goodness he didn't have to go to school for that.
I did already actually read what those things did. I had to play this part this morning, but then I got interrupted, so I had to stop playing. What the heck? I was not moving for a second. So I had to stop playing, and then I luckily exited the game before the game auto-saved, and then I could start this part of the playthrough over again. But we shouldn't have the problem anymore.
Someone needs a bath.
Oh, nice. I didn't take any damage that time. I don't think so anyways. I kind of messed up my combo though, because it wouldn't. Anger management. Messed up my what the heck? Messed up my combo because I couldn't grab the person because I ran out of stamina. Like I said, I didn't explain this before. I explained this in the other video, but or the one I recorded this morning.
Superman issue number 1 in mint condition in a jar he broke.
What?
He planned to keep breaking things until he had the whole series.
Wow. Yeah, I was what's it called? I see my stamina bars at the bottom of the screen. I didn't know where they were before because when I was looking at the tutorial or the display thing, it looked like they were going to be up at the top of the screen. And then what I see on my TV is that I just see the grayish black outline, kind of like when you write some text or whatever in white and then you add a black like background to it, like an outline to it, kind of like what I do in a lot of my stuff. But yeah, I mean, that's kind of all I can see. I can't really see the white part of the stamina bar or whatever. But it's alright. I see that I have two, so.
Building these platforms was so expensive, they'd run out of budget for guardrails.
You ever had that feeling like when you start talking too much, your like your sniffles and everything get worse? That's kind of how I feel right now. But it is kind of clearing up though, like I said, because of the medicine I took. Cool. I thought that might be kind of helpful. Teleport me back to the other side. What the heck? I thought it was going to teleport me to the other side of that thing. Dang it.
Renato was remembering all his old tricks, and some new ones. Now, he really ought to ask for a raise.
There we go. Wait, what? Now it opens one? It's kind of weird.
Here, fishy!
Yeah. Getting the hang of this. I screwed up a little bit, but I'll live. So I see a lot of people have been liking, whoa, nope, now we doing it again. I didn't think it was going to go that fast. Just chop them in half. I'm not seeing the, what's it called? The effects of my slow motion and all that stuff. Wow, my health is low because of that other thing. But I was saying that I see a lot of people have been liking the game so far. Like the game's been, I got a current rating of 5 stars on the PlayStation Store.
Catch their breath. It was strange to be so close to her. What are you thinking? He asked. I'm trying very hard not to think. Me too, he said. Up ahead, he could see the thin silver of Zenobia's personal ship. It looked fast. They would leave all this behind.
Oops, guess I can't break those. Where's my Superman issue number 2? Are we supposed to, like, wait and try to grab onto one of these things? Like, wait for a thingy? Oh, yeah, look at that. Knock this thing over. Guess I can't knock it over. I knocked the other one over.
He'd once met a pirate captain who used hooks to get around his ship. What was his name again?
Captain Jack Sparrow. What? No, I freaking grabbed him. Got another one. Another one. We the best, rich forever. Bring it on. Oops. Act like that didn't happen.
gold's worth.
Renato told the corpses. It was something he'd seen in a play once.
I didn't catch that reference. I've actually... Whoa, crap. I've actually liked that, I've kind of been getting the hang of the timing of his moves, so I can know when he's gonna finish a move and then move on to the next one, so that I'm not like getting attacked on accident. There's nothing over there. Can't get there. Need to raise my stamina up. Get your stamina up, bruh.
Getting a horse up in one of these things. He would be cursing a blue streak.
Shield grunts will block your attacks. Grab and throw another grunt in front of him. Grunt into him, and his shield will be knocked away. Ah.
As they reached her ship, Renato suddenly felt a sharp pain in his stomach. He was surprised to see a crossbow bolt sticking out of it. I was going to lead the Empire to a secret base, said Lapino. But no, you had to screw up my plan because you still got a thing for her.
What?
Renato stared at Zenobia. Kiss. Was it real? She said, with a look of indescribable sorrow. She gestured and said an arcane word, and Lapino went flying into the abyss, screaming, "I'm telling your father!" Then she knelt down to cradle his head, and her paws felt very soft and warm. Okay, that was weird. He could have sworn he just died. Instead, he was on the Farfarer, sailing away from Ubar. And it was still burning. He'd fled burning Ubar years ago, hadn't he? And now he was back there. Had all those years fighting the Empire been nothing but a vision into the future? A useful vision if it was true. He'd learned something. Lapino was a traitor. Renato had suspected there was something wrong with the Mad Rabbit. But now he knew there was malice behind his goofiness.
Wow. Guess I made the wrong move. So now what? Rescue Lapina, find Zenobia, accept Lapino's plan. Do not take Zenobia to the interrogators. Yeah, it says L to scroll. That's how much I can see of the screen. L to scroll, guys. So this is interesting. So this is kind of like the different paths and different stories. A hero who always follows his heart. Well, then he gets stabbed in the heart with an arrow, a crossbow. Lapino is a traitor. Truth, truth, truth. I don't know. I'd have to unlock 4 truths. Get something. It sucks that Lapino was a traitor.
He'd made bad choices. But now, when the real battle came, he wouldn't make those choices. He wouldn't make the same mistake twice. The book's pages began to flip backwards, towards the beginning. And he realized that his adventure was just beginning.
That's interesting. I actually like that they're doing that.
The Isles of Boreas. It was time to choose. The rebellion was in trouble. Ravens were scouting for the secret rebel base.
They needed a game changer.
Pieces of the Sky Ripper had surfaced. Or so a scholar in the mountains had told him. Surely the weapon that banished the lost gods could defeat the Emperor.
Also, a temple had risen out of empty desert. The Emperor had brought the Sky Ripper pieces up out of ancient burial by his obscene rituals. Could this be where the Iblis stone was hidden? Someone better get it before he does, thought Renato. And also, his old friend Lupino needed rescuing. Of course, Renato had a pretty strong suspicion that Lupino had betrayed the rebellion. But could Renato really leave an old friend to the Ravens?
Yeah, I could. This is interesting because I thought, okay, immediately I thought that it was weird that the story felt kind of structured weirdly at the beginning, at least worded weirdly at the beginning, right? And then also, I thought it was weird that the little boy Peter died immediately at the beginning of the game. So I'm feeling like we can somehow maybe change that. I'm not sure. This kind of feels like it's after that part, after he dies and he gets the book. So I think probably that's probably set in stone still. But somebody was actually talking about on Twitter about a true ending or whatever, and maybe that very last card at the very end of the thing was a true ending. I have no idea. But I like that this is kind of like an RPG in the sense that there's multiple different endings, like Catherine, like Persona. Well, it's not like, or Chrono Trigger or whatever. There's different endings, but then there's a quote true ending, which I guess is like the way that the developer intended it to, and you might not always get the story or whatever, but I feel like you always, whatever story or ending you get is your true ending, but there's the true ending that the developers had kind of intended overall for the story to follow. And I guess I was on the wrong path to not getting that, but it's cool that we get to see all these different paths that we get to take now. But it's cool because I can go back and do this one, I think, and change the decision to make to go after Zenobia or go after Zenobia, and then decide to take it to the interrogators, do some other stuff to make sure that I either go back and get the trophies, or I can progress with the story. Even though it's kind of like Heavy Rain too, I progress with the story, but it's happening in a different way. Or they might have to make me come back to this part again as I play the Lupina thing, because even though it changes after I take Zenobia to the interrogators, something different will happen. Maybe it just ends once I say it'll take it to the interrogators, something happens right then, and I don't get to finish out the rest of the part. But yeah, I know that was a lot, but so an ancient artifact, we've already read that one, and we already heard about this one. I think I'm going to go with this one this time, since I didn't do that before. Yeah, let's do that.
Every child knew about the Sky Ripper. The Transcendent Emperor had buried its pieces. What could have brought them to light? This Emperor, Isengrim III, had once been kind, but he'd gone mad. And now he was conducting secret, obscene rituals to bring back the lost gods. Had he, somehow, summoned the long-lost components of the legendary weapon out of the deep places of the earth? It was more than Renato could fathom. But if he could find a legendary weapon, he would use it.
I gotta record my Mirror's Edge playthrough too for tomorrow. I'm recording this as of Sunday night.
As he set foot on the island, Renato couldn't help feeling a bit curious. Was Lupino still waiting to be rescued? No. He was probably drinking champagne with the ravens. Did ravens drink champagne? Did rabbits? Renato felt oddly thirsty, come to think of it. Why had he chosen the Sky Ripper?
Renato never made plans that required constant vigilance. He was a hero. He didn't think too much. He just went with his gut and hoped it all worked out. The Sky Ripper was a long shot. He'd have to devote himself to it. No side journeys, no rescuing old friends. That was against his nature. Could he stick with it?
It's kind of like Cisco on The Flash. He's like vibing. He has all these different thoughts about what's happened in his past life, his previous life where he died. I get a vibe.
I wonder what I could make with all these sword crafting materials, thought Renato.
You can just keep holding down the cross button. As soon as you get the thing back, you can knock it out. I knew there was something over here. I was like, those stairs look like they lead to the part of the story. This doesn't look like at least the story. I still haven't like freaking beaten Heavy Rain either. I have to go back and play that. I like kind of stopped playing because I got so emotionally drained from playing that game. It was just like tense all the time. But I would like to go back and play it again. But I think like I want to. It's like hard because I want to stick with the decisions I made the first time, but I can't do it exactly. There's like only one specific part that I remember that I'm gonna do when I play it again, and repeat it because there's a certain part that happens afterwards. But yeah, I don't know. Don't have enough yet. Have enough. Winterthorn. I'm gonna go with this one because this one only needs 30 and this one needs 50. No one needs 70, dang. Void. Increases movement and attack speed, cost energy. While attacking, freeze enemies, cost energy. Collect the required materials to craft a sword. Let's go with this one.
This sword from the frigid north was really useful for making popsicles.
Excalibur? Nah. Sound like he said popsicles and something else. I need to go to an altar. Mother of pearl.
That was always a rush.
The narrator also kind of reminds me of like the narrator in Transistor and Bastion. The kid had trouble. Something, something, something. I don't really remember what he says. Celandia. Come on, man. Where the heck is it? I need to go that way, too. Are you not gonna let me? Did I just screw myself over? Probably. Now I can't go down the stairs. Oh, there we go. Cool. That was kind of weird. You jerks again. I wonder if I can grab them. Didn't look like I could grab them.
Tell you it's rude to stare? Snapped Renato, a little smug.
Oh yeah, I have to remember my stupid stamina bar. But like I said, I can't see it. So the frame rate's getting a little choppy there for a second. So far it hasn't been bad like what I read online or whatever. One post talked about the frame rate. Hey buddy. Oh, there's a wall right there anyways, I can come here. Come on. Should have been able to jump over there, Renardo.
The people who built this castle, did they even know what monstrous weapon lay hidden within their walls? The Sky Ripper could destroy anything it touched, or so the legend said. As the Transcendent Emperor had fought the Lost Gods, thousands and thousands had died. But Renato had been through wars. The only merciful war was a short one.
Alright. Hooking a shield-wielding enemy will rip the shield away from him, leaving him vulnerable. So that way you don't have to do that thing, or whatever, to throw somebody into them. But, you know, it's whatever. Target an enemy with dash to move through him and cause damage. Does not work on shield-wielding enemies. That's actually kind of like what I was talking about doing. I wanted to do something like that. I really want to upgrade a lot of these things. Excuse me. Got a bit of a cough now going on. Attack enemies at a distance. Auto-activates when reaching a certain combo threshold. Oh, attack enemies at any distance. Oh, okay, so that's like when Batman starts like leaping and doing this rolling kick thing all the way across at somebody's that like it's crazy far away. It's kind of like that. Yeah, this will help me with my combos or whatever and make it a lot easier for me to fight. Slow down time after a successful counter until your next action. So that's why I wasn't seeing it. It's after a counter and they don't always attack. Take a breather and plan your next move. Slow down. I want to try doing that and actually just walk around, kind of like in Transistor. I know I'm like referring to all these different games, but that's not a bad thing. It's totally a good thing. When games take some of the best parts about other games and they only improve on them, that's a compliment. It's like, for example, Spider-Man, The Amazing Spider-Man. That's a issue or a time where it wasn't so great or it wasn't so much improved on, especially in the second one because it just kind of copied and pasted everything they did from the first game. So. And then they kind of took away stuff that was in Batman. But this is something more, a little bit more flexible, a little bit more fleshed out and open, which is great. So I like that. But yeah, I'm going to try next time when I slow down time to just kind of run around as if I was in Transistor. Impale your enemy on your sword when you grab him to cause damage. Yeah, I remember that one. Damage. Oh, it is just increases damage. Increase max health. Increase stamina. Run faster. I should do these two, but I'm going to do this one for sure.
Always wanted to do that.
So I have to reach 30, or is that what it is? Yeah, 30, 20, 10. Which one should I go with? Let's go with this one. Let's go with this one. Like I said, I think I said in the other episode or whatever, I like messing around with speed, like in the Lara Croft Tomb Raider Temple of Osiris. But anyways, yeah, I think I'm gonna stop it here for this episode. I will catch you guys on the next one. Peace out, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, so look forward to that, and then look forward to the next couple episodes of Mirror's Edge and the Senran Kagura playthrough. You can check those out on my channel. On my actual page, I have the playlist now up on the channel, so you can go through and look for the episode that you're actually on. So, and I probably will try to start linking other videos and annotations so that you can actually get to the next part easier. So, but anyways, yeah, I'll catch you guys later.